TU100 My Digital Life Sense and Sense Ability. In the completed program for Project 6, the input value of the outer loops repeat block specifies how many polygons are to be drawn. That is 24 in the current version. So it is this input value that we need to change in order to draw a different number of polygons. However, if we want the polygons still to describe a complete circle, then we also need to change the number of degrees that the pointer is rotated after each polygon is drawn. As you can see in the current program, this is set to 15. Because a circle comprises of 360 degrees, there's a simple rule that you can follow to achieve this. The number of polygons multiplied by the rotation angle must equal 360 degrees. Put another way, the rule is 360 degrees divided by the number of polygons gives the angle of rotation. The current version of the program obeys this rule. 24, the number of polygons, times 15 degrees, the rotation angle, equals 360 degrees. By the way, this symbol is often used in computing to represent multiplication, and on the Windows calculator shown here. Or in other contexts, you might see this symbol. And to put this formula, or this rule another way, 360 degrees over 24, the number of polygons, equals 15 degrees, the rotation angle. This diagram here illustrates how this works. Suppose you want to draw 40 polygons. To what angle should the input value of the outer turn block be set? That is, what should the number be marked by a question mark in this diagram? In the next exercise, you're going to modify the program you completed in programming exercise 6 so that it draws a different number of polygons. Open Project 7, which contains the completed program from programming exercise 6, the hexagon drawing version, and immediately save this project as _07_SOL. Based on what you've been shown about working out the number of repeats of a shape and the offset angle to use, change the outer loop so that it draws 40 hexagons, and after each hexagon is drawn, the pointer is turned by the appropriate number of degrees so that every hexagon is rotated correctly relative to the previous one. Pause the video now and have a go for yourself. If you had a go at that challenge, welcome back. Your program should produce a drawing that looks like this, and your script should look like this. Now let's add a bit of icing to the cake. Let's make the drawing a little more spectacular. Save your project before continuing. The red arrow costume for the pointer has now served its purpose. It was only present so that you could follow more clearly how things were drawn on the stage. It pointed the way. You can now hide it. Pull apart your script to remove the show block, then reassemble the script. The looks palette contains a hide block that makes a sprite, that is its costume, disappear from the stage. Add it to your script immediately before the clear block. This is necessary as an additional initialization step in case the sprite is set to be shown before the program is run. In fact, your previous run of the program will have left the pointer shown. Now for a spot of colour. Drag this Change Pen Colour block from the pen palette and place it directly after the turn block. In other words, directly before the lower jaw of the outer repeat block. Make sure that the input value of the Change Pen Colour block is 10. The pen will now change colour after each polygon is drawn. Don't worry, you don't need to be concerned with how the colour changing works. Your script should look like this. That's it, your program is complete. So save the project and run it to see your lovely work of art. Go ahead and experiment by amending your program to draw different numbers of different polygons with between 3 and 10 sides. Remember, if any angle is not a whole number, enter it correct to 2 decimal places. Finally, if you would like to show off your program to other people, you may want to experiment with running it in presentation mode. Click on the presentation mode button here, and you should see that the stage enlarges to fill your screen. Run the program by clicking on the large green flag icon. You can return to the normal view of Sense by clicking on the arrow icon at the top left, or by pressing the Escape key on your keyboard. In these first Sense Basics videos, you've met the Sense programming environment and several Sense blocks. You've learned that programs execute one instruction at a time and in order, and you've also been introduced to the idea of a loop, a programming construct that enables the same instructions to be executed repeatedly. Congratulations on completing your first Sense programs. If this was your first experience of computer programming, then you should feel especially proud of everything you've accomplished. This has been a whistle-stop tour of Sense, so don't worry if you don't remember all that you've learned, or if some of it was a little confusing. Later sessions will give you many more opportunities to develop your programming skills. In the next part of the Sense Programming Guide, you'll go on to learn how to use the mighty programming concepts of variables and expressions. So bye for now.